Hey babes, welcome back to the O Show, everything crypto every day. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and set alerts. On today's show, we are going to cover the basics of support and resistance. We will also be utilizing Investopedia to pull some factual statements regarding support and resistance, and we will be using CoinTrader Pro and TradingView to go ahead and draw these support and resistant lines. TradingView does have a free package, and CoinTrader Pro is 100% free. Let's go ahead, get into it. All right, babes, the first place we're going to start is Investopedia. Investopedia is 100% free. If you are brand new to crypto trading or investing, or even you want to trade traditional markets, go to Investopedia and study. It is 100% free. So we're going to use Investopedia to talk about some of the technicals of support and resistance because they just have such a great explanation, and it's free, of course. So the key takeaways of support and resistance. Technical analysis: use support and resistance levels to identify price points on a chart where the probabilities favor for a pause or reversal of a prevailing trend. Support occurs where a downtrend is expected to pause due to a concentration of demand. Support is essentially price floor. When price is correcting, price will generally respond really well to support areas, and in inverse, resistance occurs when an uptrend is expected to pause temporarily due to a concentration of supply. So basically, resistance is going to be a price ceiling. Once number hits this price ceiling, there could be a possible area of resistance. However, let's take a look at the chart so I can show you what this looks like. This is TradingView. If you want to utilize the platform for support and resistance for free, you can set up a free account here on TradingView, or you can do so on CoinTrader Pro. Support and resistance areas are immensely powerful, and if you can understand the basics of support and resistance, you will do pretty well trading and investing. One of the ways I like to utilize support and resistances is drawing ranges. We can talk about ranges in a different video. Also too, a lot of indicators: Fibonacci, retracement or extension, Bollinger Bands, moving averages, exponential moving averages can kind of give you an idea of where support and resistance is, just in case you need to check your work. We've covered those in the past, so you guys can go ahead and watch those on this technical analysis beginners series. But let's go ahead and focus on drawing support and resistance areas. And of course, depending on the time frames, which is going to be indicated over here in the upper left-hand corner, I hope it's upper left-hand corner, you're going to see different areas of support and resistances because we're utilizing these candles. Each candle is going to indicate a time frame that we're looking at. For purposes of this video, we're going to focus at the daily chart. And each daily candle is going to show the opening and the closing. And we're also going to see wicks here. And you can use these areas to determine your support and resistance because it's basically a bunch of buyers and sellers that are buying and selling. We'll talk about wicks and candle bodies in a separate video. However, we're going to go ahead and draw an area of resistance. A really easy area of resistance that I can spot immediately on this chart is going to be here at about $63,507. And we're going to go ahead and draw a horizontal line to do so. To go ahead and draw a horizontal line, you can click Alt-H and it should draw a horizontal line. If you want to do it manually, you can go over here to the left side of the bar and click on horizontal line or horizontal ray. The reason why this area is going to indicate a strong area of resistance at approximately $63,000 is because this was a high. We saw a beautiful move up on April 13th with this green candle. However, the next day on April 14th, we saw a essentially bearish candle. I went ahead and changed these candles to white to show this because it's a little bit cleaner with the chart. And then the next day on April 15th, we saw a green candle present with not a whole lot of price action. And then we saw the final breakdown on April 16th from this high of about $63,000. I am utilizing candle bodies in this particular example for resistance. You can go ahead and use this wick swing high if you like to kind of capture more data. But if you do notice on this particular area of resistance, we're utilizing the wick bodies. I like to call them candle butts or candle heads because I think it's fun, and I am a mom. But anyways, you can see this strong area right over here where price is just kind of halted and stopped. And with resistance areas, when we're testing resistance, we can when you're testing resistance, it could indicate a trend reversal unless we get a breakout. So that would be a different scenario. So we know that we've got resistance heavy at $63,000, and that's okay. And we saw 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day when we finally had that dump. Sometimes when you continue to test support or resistance areas, sometimes we will eventually get a breakout or a breakdown. In this particular case, we saw a breakdown because there was not enough buyers to continue to push price up. Price hit the ceiling here and the buyers stepped away, the bulls stepped away, the people that were buying, and instead we had the bears step in and push that price down. We saw a lot of selling. This is a very easy way you can go ahead and spot resistance at the top. Another way you can spot resistance is currently. We're currently testing this area, and again, it's not 100% accurate where I'm going to draw, but I would want to go ahead and use this strong area with these two candle heads that are put together at approximately $40,000. So I'm going to go ahead and draw an area of resistance. This area is key to me for a couple reasons as resistance. We have previous resistance created here on May 21st. We also had the swing high wick here. So when I do areas of support and resistance, I look for wicks as well. I like to base my resistance on candle bodies, but I also want to pay attention to what's happening with these swing high wicks or swing low wicks. We're talking about resistance. We're going to go ahead and talk about swing high wicks. So in this particular case, I want to kind of focus on these two wicks that occurred May 26th and May 27th. Also too, if we want to go ahead and look all the way back, we can see another heavy area of resistance was created here back January 10th of 2021. We had a high January 8th, high January 9th, and another high or retest on January 11th where we completely failed to flip above support and we broke down. So those are easy ways to go ahead and spot support and resistance. However, when you look at lower time frames, those areas can change. So depending on what time frame you are trading on, that area can change. Now, let's go ahead and now look at areas of support because supports indicate a floor was hit. Think about you're walking in a house. You're not going to go through those floors unless you have a really loose floorboard or there is a hole. So areas of support on charts can indicate a strong floor where price has stopped going down. And this is why we want to pay attention to these areas. So first area of support that I see that makes sense for me to kind of look at is going to be approximately $51,000. The reason why, we're going to go ahead and denote this with a green line so y'all can see this a little better. The reason why this area is important to me is number one, we have these two candle butts put smack dab together on May 25th. We saw a low, we also saw a swing low. If you want to incorporate this in your support, that's fine. I like to use ranges, I like to use estimates because it helps me become a better trader, because at the end of the day, nobody's going to call a successful top or bottom. You can get really close, but at the same time, you want to take into account these important areas. You want to use support and resistance to see the important areas. So we created really strong support here with these two candle butts together. Once we held support, we had a really nice takeoff and price went up. You can also see another area of support here at about 55,873. We had a swing, we had a low that occurred, and then a reversal, and then a move upward. So another strong area of support was created here. And in fact, we actually created a range. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get rid of this for purposes of this video. All right, so now we're looking at support. Why is this area so important? Well, if you look over here, we had support created on February 19th of 2021. We had our initial breakout, which was great. We sustained, and then we had another move up as we had February 18th and then February 19th, and we went ahead and reversed and rocked upward. Also to some other important area to note here, we had these wicks test this area, which support was actually turned into resistance here. We failed to flip above support and we dropped down. And then again, we can also denote that two other areas of support, which I'd like to show you. We can denote this area approximately $30,300. So the reason why this is important, we have January 27th, we created a bottom here with this white candle, which is a bearish candle, and then we bounced with this green candle, which indicated a bullish reversal after this downtrend. The reason why this line is important, we had kind of support that was created here with these two candle butts. Again, they weren't 100% touching this area of about 30,300, but it's pretty close. Then also too, we had this breakout that occurred that turned this area of resistance into support. And when I say I want to see it being flipped into support, I say I want to see a breakout, I want to see it flipped into support and rock upward. Now over here, we can also utilize the support line in conjunction with this swing wick low, this swing wick low, and this swing wick low. So you can kind of see how price is reacting. Price is responding to the support level when Bitcoin had that breakdown and we're testing about $31,000 to $30,000. We tested it, we bounced up. Again, it's not 100% accurate, and that's okay. You just kind of want to pay attention to approximates and make sure to space out your stops accordingly. We also had price drop down, bull stepped in, bought up. Bull stepped up and bought price up here June 9th. Now that we have support and resistance areas, support lines are going to be denoted by green, and the resistance areas are going to be denoted by red. Now we have a beautiful range. We've got our support here at approximately $30,000, and we've got our resistance here. If you notice, we see price, after we broke out of this area, price consolidated quite a bit. We consolidated here approximately January 3rd, January 1st, 2021. All the way over here until approximately February 8th. So we consolidated about a month, and then we had the final breakout above resistance, and then we rocked upward. Now over here, we're doing kind of a similar pattern. We've got our price floor here, our support at about $30,000, some consolidation, and kept hitting this area of resistance at $40,000, and then we were finally able to break up. I'm looking for a flip of support here, or excuse me, a flip of resistance, because this is our resistance area at $40,000 currently. I want to see price close above $40,000 and continue to stare way up. And this is why I like to use support and resistance areas for ranges. Also too, something quick, you can use EMAs or Bollinger Bands as support and resistance. Look at, this is our EMA 200, and it is lining up perfectly on $40,000 resistance. And so you can go ahead and use these, and these work great for lower time frames, as you can see. We've seen the EMAs use or act as very strong areas of support. Thank you guys for watching this. I know it was a little bit long, but I did my best to describe how I use support and resistance areas. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.